Are Slayers any good? I've kind of dreaded this one. One is because certain mechanics at a Lord level are considered just plain busted in Warhammer 3 and will remain busted until Thrones of Decay, but besides that, a controversial unit. They are a huge pain to fight against, but always seem to die in droves when they're working for you. So how do we work with this? Let's take a closer look. Recruited for 900 gold and 225 upkeep, on Ultra a Slayer unit has 80 entities with 8,640 health between them, so 108 per entity. Armor is 0, but Whirling Axes provides a parry chance of 30%, though I've heard rumors that this number has been shifted around, but it's still 30% on the card here. Spell resistance is the standard Dwarf 35%, and leadership is permanently set to 100, being unbreakable. Speed is 40, charge speed is 46, which is blazing world-class sprinter level for a Dwarf. Melee attack starts at 38, with an attack interval of 4.3, which is pretty normal stuff for Axe characters. No splash damage. Melee defense starts at 32, so they're very proficient at dueling as such entities go. Weapon strength comes in at 48, split between 32 base and 16 armor piercing, far from terrible, with a fat bonus versus large of 24. Charge bonus is 26. Mass is a stocky 160. Deathblow provides a plus 18% melee damage bonus on an entity's last attack before expiring. In the standard redline skills, Grimnir's heirs adds a maximum of plus 6 melee attack and plus 12% weapon strength, and rank 7 Slayers awkwardly surviving that long benefit from Honored by Grimnir, granting plus 5 more melee attack, plus 12% more weapon strength, and 10% physical resistance for good measure. So while there's some missile resistance in effect, the unit still has 0 armor and so is vulnerable to all kinds of sources of common damage. Tar-pitting units will whittle them down even while dying in droves. Things like gunnery mob bombers and outriders with grenade launchers will do a huge number on them, and so on and so forth. But if there's 5 left, they'll keep fighting until there's literally 0 left, giving you room to work with as an army. In the tech tree, which many if not most people consider to be a big mess, Slayer's Onslaught grants charge bonus plus 20% percentile, and plus 5% weapon strength, and the Slayer Oath as plus 5 melee attack and plus 5 melee defense regardless of rank. So with the stipulation that other spice probably isn't working, how do you use these units? Defensively, it's not hard to understand. You have to hide them as well as you can, be it in forests, behind longbeards, whatever you have to do to try and mitigate missile fire. Ideally, they are the second line reinforcements, because what do they not get? Charge defense versus large. Other infantry do. So having others break up the charge and then sending Slayers diving in, that's exactly what you should do. And if it's against cavalry or monsters, let them do their thing. Offensively is more of a burden because they're fast enough they're probably getting shot at first, and getting shot at is exactly how to lose lots of them without getting anything to gain for it. You have to take the same attitude you do with Gore Horde. Do any trickery you have to do in order to get them into contact with the enemy. The instant they're in melee, consider the payload delivered. They'll at least take enemies with them. I don't think that for basic Slayers that it's more complicated than that. The weird thing is that they're of such outsized power against large units, and all infantry brawl is actually selling them short. Haha, get it? Sorry, that was cheap. Point being, in that situation they're basically flagellants. You want to charge them into somewhere vulnerable and just give them enough help to wear down the foe. In the end, they're great at tar-pitting superior forces and providing what remains of your ranged offensive power golden opportunities to strike the flanks of engaged blobs. Don't put all the pressure for killing those blobs in the Slayers, any more than you would flagellants. Pin with a purpose. I think in general, you just can't afford to get too attached to them, but if you spec into them, they're even better at instant offense, and therefore not being rank 7 or over won't feel like much of a handicap. They truly become Slayers, the killy portion of the infantry. Just follow the logic to its conclusion. Take care and have fun with a compact form of the 300 Spartans.